Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I just want to do a quick video for everyone who is a public speaker, presenter, or trainer in the vet sector and wants to take better care of their voice. Because as a trainer or educator, your greatest asset really is your voice. If you don't have a good quality voice, or you lose your voice, or you get a sore throat, or you get laryngitis, essentially you can't make any money. Essentially, your income is stopped because you can't present, you can't train, right? So it's really important that we take good quality care of our vocal cords and our voice projection, so to speak. So in this video, I just want to go through a couple of things that you can avoid doing, and also a couple of things that you can do in order to maintain a good quality voice. All right. So if you're watching this video, I do recommend that you take some notes, and on one side of the piece of paper, write down all the things that you should avoid, and on the right hand side, let's write down all the things that you should do. So the first, let's look at the categories of what you should avoid. Now, all this information I'm about to share with you comes from a book called Love Your Voice by Roger Love. Now, he is a vocal coach, and he helps people like Eminem and Celine Dion and some very famous singers out there. And it's a really profound book. The book actually comes with a CD which includes warm-up exercises and different things that you can do. But I highly recommend that you check out that book, Love Your Voice. Okay, so let's get to that list. So the things that book says that you should avoid, and also I recommend that you avoid, is number one, avoid dairy. Okay, avoid milk before you present and while you're presenting. So that could be milk in your coffee, or any kind of dairy before you present. Okay, because that actually, I've found, it creates mucus in your mouth, and it's a lot harder to talk. Second, you probably want to avoid like heavy carbs or pastries, because I often find those that makes it harder to keep your vocal cords lubricated. Okay, next one, you definitely want to avoid coffee, because coffee is going to dehydrate you, and it's a diuretic, so it's going to again make it's a lot harder to produce saliva in your mouth. All right. And then sugary drinks as well. All right, so you want to avoid anything that essentially dries you up in the mouth or creates mucus in your mouth. And I invite and encourage you to be very curious about what kind of foods do that for you, and also what kind of foods don't do that for you as well. I also suggest avoiding alcohol the day before you present, or run a course, or run a seminar. So now let's look at the things that you should do and be very deliberate about if you are going to maintain your voice. So the first thing I want to recommend that you do is, when you are presenting, don't scream or don't raise the level of your voice. Even if you have to yell, instead lower your voice, and that's actually going to help you maintain your voice. Because if you scream, there's a much higher probability you're going to get a sore throat or laryngitis, or just get a tired voice, right? Second thing is, have moments of silence and have silence breaks. And I encourage you to get your audience doing and talking more than you actually are. You kind of want to operate off a 70-30 ratio. You want your audience, your trainees, your public speech audience, to be doing more of the work than you are. Because if you're talking more than they are, they're probably not learning as much as they could be, okay? And next thing, you want to definitely be drinking a lot of water throughout your presentations, and you also want to be ideally drinking green tea or some kind of tea as well, because that's going to really nourish your vocal cords and keep them healthy. So definitely drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, and drink tea if you can. Best probably during breaks. Okay, break time's best for that. Again, avoid coffee if you can, in any as much as you can. Right. Next thing I just want to say is, highly recommend vocal warm-ups. Highly recommend vocal warm-ups. I do vocal warm-ups every single time I present, whether it's online or face-to-face. I'm always looking to present with a powerful voice, and in order to do that, I've got to keep my voice healthy, and so I'm going to do a range of vocal warm-ups. That book, Roger Love, Love Your Voice, comes with a vocal warm-up CD, but you can also go onto YouTube and find lots of variations of different vocal warm-ups that you can do, okay? But your voice is your greatest asset if you're a public speaker or a presenter, and if you don't take care of it, well, you're going to lose your income or your possibility to earn money over a period of time, right? So if you just think about people, well-known celebrities, even Anthony Robbins, or even rugby players that have, used their voice over a long period of time, and they've maybe not treated it the best way they could, you can hear them now and hear the damage that they may have done, right? So if you're presenting or you're public speaking, or you're training people, please take good care of your voice and implement some of the strategies I've just talked about. But most of all, just become curious. When you eat some foods, how does it impact your voice? When you avoid some foods, how does that impact your voice? And get curious, because ultimately, what works for one person may not work for another. But you've got to do your own research and become self-aware about how your voice is impacting, impacted, so to speak. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions about presenting, delivering training, just let me know. And thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.